Hello student, today we are going to study NCERT class 9th Political Science chapter 2 Constitutional Design. Before starting this chapter, let's recall in class 8 what you have read in that about the constitution, the first chapter of class 8, but you have read about the constitution, how the constitution began, why there is a need of a constitution, why we used to make the constitution, because any of the countries there we need a rules and regulation law. When if you think of that, if you take the example and if you think of that, if there is no rule of like if you take the if you go further, like a particular country which is not having any kind of rule, so the particular person have the mindset, I can do whatever I want to do, so he or she can do anything without thinking of that, like that something is good, they can do it good, it is very good. But if there's some wrong deeds or there's some wrong mindset, and there's some wrong you can say the idea used to come in their mind, and they thought that I want to do that, so they have a certain kind of fear, they want to do it or not, so they don't have any kind of fear, they can do whatever they want to do. So while we need a constitution, to regulate a country in a certain way that we can we can live in a peace and harmony, the first and the foremost thing. And the second thing is that the people have this certain fear that if I used to commit certain kind of crime, so they will punish me, or they will send me in the jail, or they used to take me, they used to charge, or they used to take the fine with me. So this are the certain mindset they have, that I do not have to do the certain crime which is wrong and which is not going to fulfill my desire. I have to do the good deeds, or I have to do the good work for my country. So we made the constitution because to making the rules of the law to regulate the country in a peaceful and a harmony way, to take the nation toward the developed nation, and to make the progress of our country. So we make the constitution by which the people have the certain idea that we do not have to conflict with each other, we have to respect to each and everybody. So in the first chapter we discussed about, if you recall of the class 8, in the previous class you have read about the constitution, where we learn about the Nepal. You have the idea that who is the father of our constitution, that is the B.R. Ambedkar. We have made our constitution on 26 November 1949, but we adopted on 26 Jan 1950. So from that day we make the Republic Day, or you can say the birthday of the constitution. Later on, over a period of time, number of the changes, number of the modification, number of the appellate, the word I'm using the three words, the change is the simple, the modified, and the appellate is the correct word. Number of the changes we did, we can't remove the particular articles from our constitution. So in this session, in this chapter, they discuss about how the constitutional design. So how the constitution, first we discuss about the Africa, then why there is a need of the constitution, and towards the new constitution. If you recall from the class 8, we read about the Nepal, from the 1990s, they have the constitution, but under the monarchical. They are not the democratic, they are the monarchical. But later on, when the Zionists said that we don't want the monarchical government, we want the democratic government. So in the 2007, they using the interim constitution, which means the constitution is not the final, they have to make numerous changes. So that is called the interim constitution. After the 2007, they make the constitution, and the number of the you can say the rules and the regulation they used to copy it, or they used to adopt it from the Indian constitution and the many other countries. In this chapter we deals with the how in the African constitution and the Indian constitution we read the each and every constitution of every country, whosoever the country have their constitution. So we read that, we discuss that, and after that what are the certain points which we have included in our constitution. This is all the things which we are going to discuss in this chapter, how the constitution is. And if we talk about India, so we have read all the constitutions, those who have the written constitution. Firstly, if we talk about the US, we can talk about the Australia, if we talk about the France, if we talk about the Austria, and the different of the countries. So first we have read that what have they mentioned in their constitution, then we discuss with the political leaders where they used to sit in the legislative assembly, then they discuss over it, the more than 300 people over there, then they used to discuss it, what kind of like the rules we want to see in an area, and what are kind of changes we want to see in the area, and people can follow this rule or not. So all these things, after the long discussion, then we used to include that in the particular article, that what kind of rules is going to help to our Indian people or what kind of rules is not going to help our Indian people. We can't say we copy it, we discuss it, we modify it, then we after that we include it. If we talk about the South Africa, so it starts with the Nelson Mandela because it was till the 1991, there was the rule of the colonial rule, or you can say the Britishers, they were rule over there. So they are the discriminating on the basis of the races because they thought that the black people are uncivilized, they are uneducated, they're not living the civilized life. So white people consider them as the civilized, and they used to discriminate, they used to exploit the black people at the utmost, you can say, a deteriorate way, and they used to suppress these black people. So the revolutionary, we can say that the Nelson Mandela, he is the father of the South Africa, where he started the number of the initiative, the reforms, the revolution to make the country free from the Britishers, or the, you can say, the colonial rule. He was the first. He was the father of the nation of the Africa. Just like if we talk about India, who is the father of nation, the Gandhiji. So just like he is the father of the Africa. So far, we will say that like what kind of like how they are fascinated with the Indian Constitution, and what kind of rules and regulation or what kind of articles they adopted from our Constitution. So all these things we're going to discuss in this chapter. So far, like what the points we have to cover in this today's segment, that is the democratic constitution in the South Africa. Then why do we need a constitution, which I already explained. We need a constitution to make a certain rule by which we can protect our territory, we can protect our state, we can protect our people. Like some of the people that thought that if there is no rule, they can do whatever they want to do. Then we can discuss about today's towards a new constitution. Like if the people don't like the constitution, they do the reforms, or they do the revolution, or the certain community or the religion or caste, they used to fight with each other. So for that, we need to change the constitution according to the time, like for which, like in our constitution it is mentioned that we can't remove all the articles. Yes, we can change it according to the time, because the time changes, different ideas used to come, different, you can say, the perspective used to come. So we have to change according to the time. The changes is for the betterment. This doesn't mean the changes is for the worst thing, but changes is for the betterment of the country, for the nation, for the people, and for the utmost important thing is the equality, the respect, and the freedom of the speech. So let's start in the detail. What are the things pointed out over here? So the constitutional design starts from the democratic constitutional in the South Africa. I have fought against the white domination, and I have fought against the black domination. He used to fight for both. The earlier it was dominated by the black as well as the white. I have cherished the idea of the democratic and the free society in which all the person live together in the harmony with the equal opportunity. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if it needs to be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. So what the Nelson Mandela used to said, that I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and the free society in which all the person live together in the harmony with the equal opportunity. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if needs to be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. This was the Nelson Mandela being tried for the treason by the South Africa government. Now you are thinking what the treason is? The treason means where the white people used to dominate over the black people by the white South African government. He and seven other leaders were sentenced for the life imprisonment. That is in 1964. The Nelson Mandela have given the punishment that he has to live in the prison for over the life, you can say the life imprisonment, daring to oppose the apartheid, the regime in his country. He spent the next 28 years in the South Africa most dared prison, Robben Island. In the Robben Island, this is the prison where he used to spend his next 28 years of his life. Think about how it is. Okay, first you can see this figure or the picture, the attention, the danger. Natives, Indian, and the colored If you enter this premises at night, you will be listed as missing. Armed guards shoot on sight. Savage the dogs they were the course. You have been warned. Now think about it. The Indian, the African, those who are the black, they are not able to enter in this premises where what they said, if you if you are entered in this premises in the night, the army will shoot you or the dog will eat you. So how the white people used to hate the Indians and the South African people. A Simon about, the 10th edition of the apartheid era, 1953. Then the struggle of against the apartheid. Now, what the apartheid is? Apartheid was the name of the system of the racial discrimination, which I already explained. They are discriminating between the white and the black. They thought that the white are the civilized, they have the educated. They thought that the black people are uncivilized and the uneducated. They don't know how to live a life. They thought that the European civilization is more or far better than the Asian societies, or you can say the African countries. So they thought that these people are bad, they are not civilized. So white European imposed the system of the South Africa. During the 17th and the 18th century, the trading companies from the Europe occupied it with the arms and the forces. In this way, they occupied the India. Firstly, they occupied the Africa with the armed forces and then the India. But unlike the India, a large number of white had settled in the South Africa. Just like they used to, like number of the Britishers or the number of the colonial people used to shifted in India, so they used to shifted in South Africa as well and become the local rulers. Now they become the local rulers because in India we talked about the number of the rulers were the mostly the king or you can say the princely state, but in the Africa they become the local rulers. The system of apartheid divided the people and labeled them on the basis of their skin color. So like those who are the Indians, they used to call it as the brown monkey or the you can say the British, and they used to set the black people as the black monkey. The native people of the South Africa black in color. So those who are the native of the South Africa, they are black in color. They made up of about 3/4 of the population were called as the black. Beside these two group, they were the people of mixed races who were called colored. Now the mixed races with you can say the white or black, or you can say the British people or the brown color, and the people who are migrated from India. The people who are migrated from India, they have the like you can say mixed color. And the correct word is the British, the color of the wheat. So the British color they have. They were the white rulers treated all the non-white as the inferior. So the people, those were the white, they used to consider themselves the superior, and the people who were British in color, black in color, they used to consider them as the non-white people or the inferior. The non-whites did not have voting rights. Yes, the only voting right have it referred to only the white people, and the black people, because the not white people don't have the right to vote. The party system was particularly oppressive for the blacks. It is oppressive for the blacks. They were forbidden from living in this white area. Now they are not allowed to live in the white area. Now think of it. There is the society where only the white people are living and they don't allow the black people. They could work under the white areas only if they had a permit. Trains, buses, taxis, hotels, hospitals, schools and the college, libraries, cinema halls, theatre, beaches, swimming pool, public toilets were all separated from the white and black. Now think about it, each and everything they have separated for the white and for the black. Now you can see, is there any equality? No, there is the inequality. This was the called the segregation. This could not even visit the church. Now the people, the black people can't not even visit or not even have a right to visit the church. But the white worship, only the white worship over there. Black are not allowed to go in the church. Black could not form the association for the protest for the terrible treatment. Now, the black could not make the association to protest against the terrible treatment. Since 1950s, the black color and the Indians fought against the apartheid system. Now, think about till the 1950s. In the 1947, we got the independence, but these people are fighting for their rights. That we want the equality, we want the freedom, because the apartheid system is going over there. The launch protest march and the strikes. They protest with the march and the strike. The African National Congress was the umbrella organization that led the struggle against the policies of the segregation. This include the many workers, union and the communist parties. Many sensitive wives also joined the ANC to oppose the apartheid and play a leading role in this struggle. Several countries de-announced the apartheid as the unjust and the racist, but the white racist government continued to rule by the detaining. Now, what the white racist means, the white people govern the country to rule the detaining, torturing and killing the thousands of black and the colored people. Now towards a new constitution. Of this point we got discuss over this. Then later on we got discuss over this. Towards a new constitution. Why there is a need of a new constitution? Because they want the equality both the black as well as the white people. That doesn't mean you give the utmost importance to the white rather than the black. As the protest and the struggle against apartheid had increased, the government realized that they could not be no longer. Means now the white people have realized that we are not we are no longer to, you can say, the suppress or to exploit this black people. Now the revolution has started for the nationalism and for the new constitution. So the protest and the struggle against the apartheid had increased. The government released that they could no longer keep the black under their rule through the repression, which I already used the word the suppress or suppressing them or to exploit them at most level, that they are not going to bear that now because now they the movement have started for the, you can say, the nationalism and for the making of the new constitution. So the white regime change in the policy of the discriminatory laws were replaced. So the ban on the political parties and the restriction on the media were lifted. Now they stop banning the political parties. Now the black people can come in the group or they can make their association. Now there is a freedom of press. What they want to show in the world, what the things are going on in the South Africa, now they can show. So Nelson Mandela walked out of the jail as free man. Finally, at the midnight of 26 April 1994, the new national flag of Republic South Africa was unfurled, marking the newly world democracy in the world. So they got the independence in 26 April 1994, like in the late 20th century. They used to got the independence from the colonial rule. Africa was unfurled, making the newly born democracy in the world. The apartheid government came to an end. Now the apartheid government come to an end and paving up the way for the formation of the multiracial. The multiracial government means here the white people can participate, here the Indians can participate, and here the native black people can participate, and they make the multiracial government. How did they come up to? Let us hear the Mandela. What the Mandela, the first president of the new South Africa, and he is also the father of the nation. On the extraordinary transition, he said that historical enemies succeeded in the negotiation of powerful, peaceful transitions from the apartheid to a democracy exactly because we were prepared to accept the inherent capacity of goodness in the other. My wish is that South Africa never give up on the beliefs in the goodness that they cherish, that the faith in human beings is the cornerstone of our democracy. My wish is that the South Africa never give up on its belief in goodness, that they cherish, that the faith in the human rights is the cornerstone of the democracy. Means now what the historical enemy, more than you can think about, more like from the several decades they used to rule over the Africa. After in the late 20th century they got the freedom. Now the people take a breath of the freedom, like whatever they want to do they can do it in the free of South Africa. After the emergence of the new democratic South Africa, black leaders appeal to fellow black to forgive the whites for the aristocracy. Now what they mentioned in the constitution, that whatever the things did by the white people, now the black people have to forgive them. Then they said that let us build a new South Africa based on the equality, all the races, whether man and the woman. Now they use the word equality. On they do not have to discriminate on the basis of the races and the male and the female. Then no democratic values, on the democratic values, not on no on the democratic values, social justice and the human rights. The party that ruled through oppressions, brutal killing, and the party that led to the freedom struggle, set together to draw up the common constitution. Means whosoever the person who's committed a brutal killing or rule over the oppression, means the white is going to dominate on the black, or the black is going to dominate on the white, so that can't be acceptable in according to the new constitution. After the 2 years of the discussion, the debate, they came out with the one of the finest constitution. Now for the making of the new constitution in South Africa, it takes 2 years. Then they come up with the final constitution, which is the finest the world has ever had. Now the world has ever, they used to come up with the very good constitution, which is the finest. The constitution gave the citizen the most eccentric right available in any country. Together they decided that in the search for the solution in the problems, nobody should be excluded. And each and every person who is having the problem, they can think about it. Nobody can be excluded from this constitution. As each and every person or each and every individual, they give their right in the constitution. No one should be treated as the demon. Means nobody is treated as the Hindi we used to word the Rakshas, and they agreed that everybody should become the part of the solution. Whatever they might have done or represented in the past, the preamble in the South African constitution sum up with the spirit. You can see on the page number 50. This is the preamble of the South African country, which they come up with this, that we the people of South Africa recognize the injustice of our past, honor those who have suffered the justice and freedom in our land, respect those who have worked to build and to develop a country, and believe the South Africa belongs to all who live in it and united in our I don't know, it doesn't see clearly. Then we therefore, through our free elected representative, adopt the constitution as the supreme law of the republic, so as to real the division of the past and establish a society based on the democratic values and social justice and the fundamental human rights. Then they are adopting the fundamental human rights over here. Then love of the foundation of the democratic and the open society in which the government is based on the will of the people, and even the citizen is the equality protected by the law, and that each and every person is equal before the law and in the front of the law. Improve the quality of life of all the citizens and free the potential of each person, and build a united and the democratic South Africa, able to take the right full place as the sovereign state in the families of the nation. Map should protect our people, Akosi, Sikhal, African, then Alakan, Balkan, Sanita, so it is written in the African language that what they have the preamble is that all the person is equal before the law and they have the fundamental rights. Now you can see this picture first. What is referred over here? It's a kind of a certain activities given. The South Africa Constitution inspired the democratic all over the world. Those were the countries which are the democratic. It's inspired by this South African Constitution, a trait denounced by the entire world till recently as the most undemocratic one, is now seen as the model of the democracy. Earlier till the 1994, the South Africa is the undemocratic country, but after the 1994, or you can say from the 26th April 1994, now it become as the world best democratic country. What made the change possible was the determination of the people of the South Africa to work together to transform the bitter experience into the binding glue of the rainbow nation. Because whatever the bitter experience, whatever the white people have did with the black people, so they remove all the bitterness from their heart, and what they want is the peace and harmony in their country. So speaking of the South African Constitution, Mandela said that the Constitution of South Africa speaks both the past and the future. On the other hand, in the solemn pact in which we as the South African declared to one another that we shall never permit representatives over the races. Now they are not allowing the races, means on the basis of white, black, or the British people, and the brutal killing they used to nobody has the right to kill any of the people, whether white, you do not have to brutally kill the black, or the black do not have the right to brutally kill the white. and a repressive past. But it is the more than that. It is also a character for the transformation of a country into the one it's truly shared by all its people. A country which in the fullest sense belong to all of us. Now its fullest sense belong to all of us. Black and white woman and the man. So this image captures the spirit of South Africa where we can see the equality, whether it's white people, whether it's the native of the South African people, whether it's the Indian, the whosoever the you can say the migrant people who used to reside in the Africa, now they used to consider as the equal. You can't discriminate on the basis of the racist or the brutal killing and the repressive. So they abolish all the things, the word they use, the equality for all the people. So why do we need a constitution? In this segment, we're going to discuss in brief that we need a constitution to make the rules and regulation to protect our territory, the international territory, I'm talking about international boundary and the territory of the state by which we can, you can say the government of the any of the democratic country, they make the certain rule to protect their nation, to protect the people. Like if they thought that there is no rules and regulation, that they thought that whatever the things they used to come in their mind, if they want to kill that particular person, they can kill it, and they don't regret after killing it. They don't regret it. I did something wrong, or they do not have the fear that I used to kill that particular person. So some of the law were there, or some of the people were there. They used to give me the punishment. So these are the things which we come to know that less utmost, and it is necessary to have the constitution of the particular country. That doesn't mean only of the democratic country. For the monarchy also, they have their constitution. If we talk about many of the countries have their written constitution. Now, number of the countries are there, they're not having their written constitution. They have their verbal constitution, and some of the countries also there, they're not having any kind of constitution. If we talk about India, we are having the, yes, you can say that the detailed and that is in the written, the you can say the longest written constitution of the world, that is in the India, and it also used to consider as the one of the finest constitution of the world. And if we talk about the Africa, that is in the 1994, after the 2 years of the discussion, they made the constitution. That is also, we can say, it is the one of the finest constitution of the world. And like what the people used to fascinate about this is that, like how the white people and the black people, whatever the things they did by the white people towards the black people, they remove all the bitterness from their heart, and they want the equality, they want the peace, they want the harmony in their country. That whosoever the people, whether they used to come from the foreign countries, whether they used to come from the India, whether they used to come from the Britain, those who are reside over here in the South Africa, all the people are equal. You can't discriminate on the basis of the races. Each and every person should get the equal opportunity what they want to do or what they do not want to do. So these are the things which we have covered in this first segment of the video, that uh, we see in the before 26 April 1994, the South Africa is an undemocratic country. When they got the independence is 26 April 1994. After the discussion of till like for the 2 years, they come with the finest constitution. They give the equal opportunity to each and every person. Then why do we need a constitution? Yes, we need a constitution for any of the country, because the rules and regulation is also important to guide the particular person, that they have to think in the certain scenario. Like one more thing is there, if any of the representative, the elected representative, if there is no constitution, he can do whatever he want to do. He can do the corruption, he can do the bribe, he can he can give the permission to the any of the person, then you can go over, then you kill that person. But whosoever the representative there, if there is a constitution, so he have to refer that constitution and the civil right, then by which they can come up with a decision that yes, I have to think for the nation and I have to think for the people, rather than doing whatever things used to come in my mind, and I can do whatever I want to do. So these are the things which we come to know, that yes, we need a constitution of any of the country. And if we come up with the idea with the Nelson Mandela, he said that we have to remove the bitterness from our heart. We want the country as the democratic one. We have to respect of each and every person who has ever used to come over here. And one more thing, they had removed all the bitterness from their heart that yes, we want our country as the democratic, and we allow the people who wants to reside in our country. So far we have discussed in the first segment of the video the democratic constitution. Why do we need a constitution in a brief, and towards a new constitution that is of the South Africa. I hope you like this video. Thank you.